Our guest for today, Ron, a professional esports racing driver at Legion of Racers. His awards are second place GR GT Cup Asia 2023, plus qualified for the World Finals at Barcelona. Representing the Philippines, Luis Moreno. Given a chance, someone comes here and says, I have a gift for you. Pick one, 86 or the 400Z.
Parang ang hirap naman nun. Ang hirap nun.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's a gift, I would
Yeah.
go for the 400Z.
Thank you. That's all I needed for those people to hear.
Whichever is the most.
I took a risk right there because if he says 86, then that would be sad. But you heard it first from the professional racer. He will take the 400Z anytime.
the more powerful car.
More
wins.
powerful car. Good. Perfect. I'd like to say congratulations to. Do you know if you go to Google, it makes fireworks when you type Gilas Pilipinas. So, yep. So congratulations to Gilas Pilipinas. We're ready. Welcome. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Oh my gosh. Are you tired? You're tired. Okay. All right. Let's start this show. Again, look at it. Press this one. Boom, fireworks. Congratulations to Pilipinas, Gilas Pilipinas for winning the gold in the Asian Games.
Yay, Philippines.
Yeah. So, let's start the show, guys. Let's start it.
Yeah, go. Sorry.
Everyone, welcome to Dashboard Confessions. Today,
Welcome.
yeah. Today, let's just get right into it.
Go.
Introduce our guest.
Gee.
Our guest for today, Ron, is the ambassador of a former ambassador of Next Level Racing.
Ah,
Tama ba? Tama ba? Yeah. A professional esports racing driver at Legion of Racers.
Yeah.
His awards are second place GR GT Cup Asia 2023, plus qualified for the World Finals at Barcelona. Third place at GR GT Cup Philippines 2023.
Ang daming awards.
Yeah. He also did the Toyota GR Vios Cup Autocross last year and won in the second round. Second round. Yes. Wow. He's part of the Philippine team. Ladies and gentlemen, representing the Philippines, Luis Moreno.
Welcome
Come
to
in,
the
come in, come in.
podcast. Hello. Hello.
Have a seat.
Welcome.
Welcome. Do you miss your home? Do you miss this place?
well, I haven't been here yet, but I was part of the company before. Yeah.
Yeah. So guys,
So,
I say welcome home because
Bakit
Ron,
may backstory ba yan? May backstory.
yes, this is where he started.
I mean,
He started
he
with
worked
AutoHub.
here, not started.
No, I don't know. Yeah, sabagay. Yeah, he was an IT back sa Nissan Quezon Ave. So, how was it back then?
Back then, can't really recall much, but it was alright. Like, medyo nanibago lang ako back then. Having to handle I started with Click actually. Right now, I believe Click is now a rent hub. And when I started, ang hawak ko lang was like 25 units, 25 computers.
Click was in Nissan Quezon Ave.
Yes,
then.
in the same
The home
building.
of the Nissan GTR and the Nissan Z. Yeah, I'd say that. It's the home of both of them. How have you been since then?
Well, so far I've improved. Right now, I am an IT specialist for a company I couldn't disclose at this time because
It's okay.
we deal with
We don't need you to promote the company.
because we deal with the collections. Pero I've learned a lot with my experience with the Auto Hub group from Nissan and Click and Rent Hub back in the day. So I was
So you're still in IT now.
yes.
So you, when did you start becoming an IT again?
Just last May this year.
Oh, okay. Why did you go back? I mean, aren't you doing well right now?
I'm still doing well in the sim racing part, but the thing is, I already struck 30 years old, and the last thing I want is to be labeled unemployed by 31 or 32 because sabi nila is pag natungtong ka ng mga ganong age and wala kang trabaho and then you suddenly
Mahirapan ka.
go back to the workforce, mahirapan
Yeah.
kang maganap ng job because usually they find people 30 and below. So that was like my cue to get back
Yep.
as soon as I can.
Buti nakahanap I mean, nakapasok ka kagad.
Mhm.
Pero yung ano naman, since yung tinanong ni Win is yung IT side, ako naman, kailan ka nag-start like, being into racing in general? Kasi di ba now you're doing sim racing.
Mhm.
Pero like, cars in general, kailan siya nag-start?
Well, in cars in general, I was already into it as far as I was 6 years old. Like this was 1998, 1999. Kasi one factor of it was because of
1998.
1998, 1999 was 6 years old.
Okay.
Mostly thanks to the influence of PlayStation. I remember going into one of my relatives' house. May nilalaro siyang racing game. I believe it was F1 1997. And fun fact, this relative of mine is a drummer of a popular local band.
Yan.
What's that popular local
sino.
band?
That band would be Parokya ni Edgar.
Rock on!
Yeah. I remember going to his house back then. Like, nag-try lang ako konti kasi we stopped by the house to like help with them moving into another place. And then, yun na. That's where I first discovered like racing in general.
Okay.
So,
So,
na-try mo din dun for sure yung first version ng Gran Turismo.
No, it was on a different relative na.
Yun.
your dad never got you a PlayStation?
Well, he actually did May 2000 after I graduated from preschool. Pero
Whoa.
we had a PlayStation but with one condition of course, and that
You
is
need
I
a-
don't get to play it during the weekdays.
Okay. I think that's everyone's condition back then.
Well, hindi.
Well, I didn't get to play during the weekdays.
Well, same, yeah. Ako din.
Yeah, when he got me a PlayStation, we had different games on the CD case. Like we had one of them was the original Gran Turismo 1, also Gran Turismo 2, and then NASCAR, Test Drive Le Mans. There are also non-racing games but driving games like Driver. What else? Of course, yung Grand Theft Auto 1 back in the
Yeah.
day. But
So growing up, mahilig ka na talaga sa cars.
yes.
Amazing. So it's really in his blood.
I
So,
think it's
I'm assuming back then, nun sa Auto Hub ka, nun pumasok yung GTR. That was the best sight.
Yeah, it's
you
like
ever had.
it's like an inspiration every day. Like you get to work at a workplace that's surrounded with cars, and then every
Correct.
day you get to see the Nissan GTR, if not something else. Like I believe there was one time where they displayed the 370s.
Yes, we sold that for a short period of time only.
Mm-hmm.
Kaya ngayon, may 400Z na eh. What do you think of that car?
400Z. Wow, what a price point that car has. Like
sobrang sulit niya.
400, close to 400 horsepower, but little less, like 3.8 million was it? Just below 4 million.
Yeah.
Below 4 million.
Below 4 million.
It's almost it's almost the same price as yung 370Z na premium,
Yes.
yung top of the line.
It's very similar to the
Yeah.
old
The old
370Z.
pricing.
That's why I'm very surprised when they
Correct.
came up with that price
Yeah.
point as well.
Kawawa
I was
na
expecting it
Supra.
to be a little above 4. Nasa 4.5 or 4. I was telling my clients 4.5. My estimate guess was 4.5. So they don't get disappointed once the price
Correct.
comes out. Diba?
Tas
But
biglang
I knew it was
paglabas.
going to be below that.
Yeah.
I expected it above 4 because the 370Z was 3.88888. So kala ko na sa 4 na yun.
Correct.
Surprisingly, no. Everyone's happy. Pilahan ngayon. So guys, reserve yours at Nissan Quezon Ave.
Correct.
Shout out to Nissan Quezon Avenue.
Yes.
Ay, nako. Ang kawawa na ngayon ni Supra kasi Supra 4.9.
No, hindi sila kawawa. Wala
No.
nang stock yung Nissan.
Hindi
400
kawawa si
Yung
Supra
Z pala.
kasi yung kalaban niya na si Z
Yeah.
mas mag-outsell for sure. Mga I mean, yung gusto yung mababa yung presyo or
Mhm.
sulit, 'di ba?
But yeah, that's a race car. Competitive driving. How long have you been into it?
Competitive sim racing, competitive driving, I've been to it since 2013 actually.
2013 lang.
2013 lang because in all my times playing video games, ano lang, just chill lang. I didn't take racing games seriously at all. Like,
Mhm.
kung ano yung nilalaro ko on the PlayStation, be it racing games or
Did you always
something.
win against your friends?
No, definitely
No?
not.
No?
Pero
Okay.
kasi there are times na ano, like,
Mula sa
I made
hulog,
mistakes and that. But
How
that's
did you
part of
discover your
racing.
skill?
How did I discover my skill? Ano lang, like, how should I say it? Didn't really discover it, I just kind of developed it. Pero I'll never forget when I was 7 years old, nung naglalaro ako nung Gran Turismo 1. The second relative, my tita who was playing that game, she taught me the racing lines that I should follow this na para mas
Your tita
mabilis.
was a racer or she just knew the basics?
She just knew the basics.
Okay.
Yeah, and she was playing it a lot kasi back when she was very young. Nung unang labas nung first Gran Turismo, and like she learned it that way, and then she just shared it to me na, oh, ganito dapat yung lines mo. Yeah, you follow this line, and then this is where you brake and all that.
2013, how old were you back then?
I was 20 years old.
20 years old.
Turning 21 because
Were
it
you
was
still in school
September.
back then?
Yes, I was fourth year college.
I see.
Mhm.
Was that a career path you were wanting to take or not yet?
No, not
Because
at-
you were serious already at that point.
No, not at all back then. 2013 kasi, I already had a good fundamental of like racing games in general by that time because of the number of racing games that I've played by that time. Like, I've been through Gran Turismo 4 and 5 na, and then some other racing games on the side. Pero I never took them seriously. Like, whenever I play a racing game, I would always usually just go for automatic transmission, all assist, just for the
Just
fun
for
of it.
fun, yeah.
And then puro single player lang. I rarely got to do any like online or head to head multiplayer
Mas
battles with
madami
other
before
people.
ang multiplayer na like yung katabi mo kaysa online, 'di ba?
Yeah, kasi back then nung nag-aaral pa ako, ako yung tipong hatid sundo sa school. Pero there are eventually my parents like third year, fourth year college medyo na ganun na. They allowed me to like be able to go out on my own a little.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so third year coming into fourth year, this was 2013. I was playing a different game back then. Like the game is called Mercenary Online. It's a third-person shooter on PC, locally published, developed by a developer in China. And enjoyable siya laruin. I got to meet yung clan ko noon called Anbu Elite Gaming, and sa sobrang enjoy kong laruin na game na yun, I was like makapunta nga ako sa mga on-site events nung game na to, like courtesy of the publisher, sina Massive Gaming, like they were hosting events in the malls.
Parang meet and greet or
Yes.
parang get together lang.
Meet and greet, get together, and tournament with different teams. Hindi lang ako sumasali sa mga tournament back then, pero hinahabol ko were the raffles, yung sa mga
Mga
freebies, yes. Isa
No
pa yun,
different
like,
from me when I joined golf. I look forward to the raffles all the time.
yeah.
Everyone's waiting for
Everyone's waiting for the raffle, lalo na pag let's say a prize is like USB hub or maybe even
Yung mga
a
high
laptop or a
ticket
But
gaming
of
mouse.
course, you also aim for the trophy because you know your skill level. You know
It's
you could
usually a
win, right?
certificate pag ganyan ba? Or trophy din.
No, kasi FPS games, sure I can do well, pero not as well as yung mga
yung mga,
other players na
oo.
talagang they spend the hours training, playing this game every night, every day.
What do
Like,
you prefer, the raffle or the trophy back then?
back then it was just the
Raffle.
raffle and the
Oh.
freebies.
Nice,
For sure
nice.
ako din. yun.
Like if you just
Yeah,
attend this
for sure.
event, you put in your in-game name, 'di ba? And then after a few days, they will insert you the free in-game item, or you scratch a code or you enter a code, put it in your game account, and then you get the item. Pero there was this one event na I won a raffle, yung biggest prize of the day. And naengganyo ako lalo na pumunta on more of these gaming events. And not long after, there was September 2013, there was a major gaming event na iba-ibang games na. Not just Mercenary Online, but there were other games like Dota 2, StarCraft. I believe there was also Assault Fire, to name a few. But not only that, there were other activities on that mall event. This was courtesy of MSI Gaming. One of them being sim racing.
I think this was yung ano to? Nice? No, it's not the Nissan.
Not yet. This was 2013.
Okay.
So I gave that sim racing booth a try. Ano lang, because I already had experience in racing games, so might as well. And
Correct.
then during the event itself, I won second place.
Yun.
Dun sa
event
mini
na yun.
event nila. Actually, I don't consider it mini kasi ang gaganda ng mga prizes. Like first place was a SteelSeries keyboard,
Okay,
and then second place, which I got, is a SteelSeries headset. So
Nice. Pwede na.
one way or another, I made my clan happy kasi yung clan namin competitive yung nature namin eh. Like we were very active in tournaments, sumasali kami. But I also wanted to like prove that I belonged in the clan. So that racing
was
What year was this?
2013.
2013. So
September.
you didn't see a future in racing, but you were very competitive back then.
That was the start of it.
Oh, okay, okay.
That was-
Where did you go after? Where did you after you graduated?
After I graduated, I started working for Massive Gaming, which was the publisher of that game that led
So
me into
games
this.
talaga siya buong buhay.
Yes.
No? Ang galing, galing.
I'm really into video games na
okay.
talaga.
Yan yung hindi ko kaya. As much as I like playing like car sim games, ang hirap maglaro. Okay na ako sa mga kotse, pero
What
yung
did
mga
your dad
FPS,
do?
hindi ko
For a living. No,
my
baka
dad-
mahilig lang siya sa video games.
No,
Like,
no. He wasn't really into video games talaga eh. Pero
He just let you play.
yeah, he just let me play.
That's cool.
He what he does for a living is he prints T-shirts.
Okay.
For
I
small
see.
clients.
Okay.
Cool.
Like
So-
silk screen? Ganun.
Yes, silk screen
Okay.
printing.
Yeah. So again, for everyone, back in when were you with us?
2018.
Back in 2018, all the way to 2021.
2020.
To 2020, Luis was with not Nissan, ACCS,
First it was Click.
Click, then
V-Cool.
V-Cool. Also shared with Nissan Quezon Ave.
Okay,
So-
the same area.
Yeah, back then you were working for us for that was 2 years.
Just under 2 years.
Under 2 years. How were you able to develop your skills while working for us? Was that a lot of work?
Sakto lang, I would say. Like, the races kasi, they were usually at night. But at the same time, there are other races that are held during the weekday because we sometimes go with European players.
Yeah.
So, yung time zone nila, gabi sa kanila, umaga sa
Umaga sa
atin.
So you're being paid double.
No.
No?
Back then, 2018, I was still still
Trying out.
trying to work on my racing thing, like doing my best, like representing myself internationally,
Okay.
and while at the same time having a day
Did your
job.
co-workers know what you were doing?
Not exactly.
So every time you go to work, after you go to work, you go straight to your bedroom and start racing?
Yes, but actually
Do you have
not
like a set?
bedroom.
Or-
Yes, I do have a set at home.
Okay.
So may sarili ka ding sim like ano sa pero hindi yun ba yung may sensor
No.
umaangat-angat pa?
No, wala siyang
Grabe ngayon
motion
yung
sen-
mga ano eh, yung mga sim racing rig ngayon. Before, natatandaan ko pa yun, it was just a simple manibela.
Time zone?
No. Nag-addict ako sa time zone at like ang laki ng nagastos ko doon like for being a student yung wangan na maximum tune. Grabe, I think I spent more like 400k in total.
Whoa!
Doon sa ano na yun, sa
Wow.
game na yun. Yeah. Sobrang lala.
Where did you get your money?
Allowance, bro. Allowance. No, hindi.
400K, dude.
Pero hindi naman yun like in a month. Like that's
Back
years.
then, that was big already.
Yeah, pero that's years. Years of allowance yun. Recently, I thought about that game. Sabi ko, dyan ako na addict mag-kotse na maglaro. So sabi ko, i-compute ko nga kung magkano yung nagastos ko. Kasi di ba every time, I'm almost every day there.
So marami ka nanalo ng teddy bears?
Hindi. As in, yun lang yung nilalaro ko. I don't play,
walang tickets.
Wala. So, laro ka lang talaga. So, anyways, yung dati, kasi I was working for, kay Ninong Anton. They sell, like computer parts. So, may Logitech doon na yung manibela, apakan, and yung shifter. Yun lang before. Tas sobrang basic. I think it was the G27. Can't remember.
Did it have 2 buttons or 3 and 3 on the side?
I can't remember. Basta dalawa lang yan. It's either the G25 or the G27. Yun lang yung natatandaan ko. Yeah.
Same architecture.
Yeah. May minor difference lang. So anyways, back then, yun lang yung, mga ganun lang yung, pag gusto mo magkaroon ng sim racing sa bahay, ngayon sobrang ganda na. Like, yung mismong motor ng manibela, sobrang ganda na ng feedback. Yung seat mo, like actual racing seat. Tapos yung mismong base kung saan nakatornilyo yun, ngayon meron na yung gumagalaw din, di ba? Tapos the monitor is there. Yung advancement lang nung from before na naglalaro ka like sa maliit na monitor. Tapos ngayon na widescreen, full on, para ka na nakakotse talaga. Nakakatuwa. There's, in Japan, yung Initial D. It's an actual car nung RX-7 na FD3S at saka yung Trueno na AE86. Doon ka maglalaro. So it's an arcade game. Pero you're in an actual car. Tapos yung screen nasa labas ng you're viewing it through the windshield. Sobrang kulit.
Cool. I'm not really into those, so
you're selling cars.
I sell cars, but I'm the one that's least into it. Surprisingly, that's why I have you here.
Uncle Willie, ampunin mo na ako.
Guys, this episode is sponsored by Nissan Quezon Ave, home of the Nissan GTR
and the new Z.
Guys, get yours and reserve yours
today.
Because it's really, really limited. I suggest you, the earlier you
like
reserve,
hotcakes.
the earlier reserve, the more chances of you getting an allocation. Because for this unit, puro raffle lang eh.
Yeah.
Kaya marami na nainis eh. But it wasn't our call. It was Nissan Philippines' call. So don't get mad at Nissan Quezon Ave or Nissan Auto Hub. Visit all our branches, not just Nissan Quezon Ave. We have Taytay, Sumulong Highway, Shaw, Pasig. There you go. Also, check out our 3-star shop with a 4-star shop service. Next hub.
Yawn.
Thank you. So back to the show. I just want to say, kasi today I was invited for a launch at MG.
Yeah.
So we're opening an MG, MG Taguig. And they're launching their electric. So dumadami ng electric. Their MG4,
and
the MG
Marvel.
ZS, and the Marvel R.
ZS, interesting.
Yeah. You'll see that a lot in Europe. We also have
Ako, I like the Marvel. Ganda nung shape niya.
Yeah. My point is, a lot of EVs are coming in na.
Yes.
The EV6 is my daily drive right now, and I freaking love it. Reserve yours at Kia Autos Manila.
Yeah.
So, my question is, what do you think of electric vehicles as a sport car?
Actually, electric vehicles as a sport car are not just a sport car, but also professional racing. It's actually ongoing right now. We have Formula E, which is basically open wheel racing for electric powered race cars. Specifically like open wheel siya. So it's pretty much like driving a Formula 1 car, except it's all electric. And it's been ongoing for like more than 7 years already. I believe 2016 or 2017.
How do racers love it compared to the petrol, the ICE?
It depends. It depends on what
Depends.
you like.
Pero what is nice about Formula E is it's not your normal type of racing because if you know how Mario Kart works, like the power up, you have to
Yeah.
go
May
through this
ganun
line
din. Oo.
to get a boost or get a
Correct,
power up or
correct.
something. There is a similar system in Formula E where there is a
Parang may
section or a
boost.
part of a curve where you have to pass through for you to be able to get the boost. And that is what makes Formula E exciting because there's an element of strategy in play because these power ups you can only use it a number of times for the race, so you have to like strategize when to use these power zones, power ups.
Do you,
during
do you
the
plan
race.
on trying Formula E?
I'm a long way from Formula
Is it
E.
really different?
It's different because Formula E drivers are basically the
F1.
same level as F1
Yeah.
drivers in terms of fitness, in terms of preparation, in terms of everything about the racing fundamentals, teamwork, lahat, except the components are just different, but almost similar because a lot of Formula 1 drivers have moved into Formula E because of the brands that are being
Shifting
involved
to-
into
Yeah.
Formula
Speaking
E.
of fitness, do racers really have to work out?
Sorry?
Do racers have to work out?
Absolutely. But in sim racing, not really as much. Pero, of course, it would help, especially in the longer races. We also do endurance races online. Like up,
How
up
does that work? I'm so curious. How
well,
does that work?
it's simpler than you think because all of you are connected in a lobby, right?
Okay.
It depends on the game how they implement the driver swap system. Like, you register
Oh, so
for
may driver swap
yes,
din.
driver swap system. Like,
That's cool. Okay.
you guys like you guys in a game usually may mga teams, 'di ba? You are grouped into teams and then the game will assign you to a team or the server assigns you to a team. And then as you join the server already knows what team you are. So when when your team, for example, makes a pit stop, the driver on the car will actually choose or rather can choose kung sino yung papalit on the car.
Okay.
Yeah.
So instead of you take, for example, you're the one driving, pasok ka ng pit. So you may selection doon. Who selects? The existing driver.
The driver.
Okay, so the existing driver selects sino yung papalit, then matik mapupunta na sa kanya yung controls.
Yes, as long as the incoming driver is connected in the server, of
No,
course.
I'm sorry. Where does working out come out there?
Working out comes in,
Comes
it's
in,
an
sorry.
endurance. Like, you have to like maintain your focus and during long races because you have to do in these endurance races you have to do like 2, 3, 4 hour stints straight.
Okay.
So
So it helps when you lift weights. That's right.
Lifting weights, it depends on what equipment you're using because we have wheelbases
heavy.
na
Okay.
heavy, like they can go upwards up to 25 Newton meters and that can really feel heavy, like you're actually driving a real
Okay,
race
okay.
car. So yung fitness mo on a real race car can actually help on the steering wheels that we have today, like let's say the Fanatec Podium Direct Drive, because some wheelbases can actually break your arm because of the amount of torque that they have.
Yeah.
Pero that amount of torque gives you the feedback that you need to be able to maximize yung performance of the car. Because if you steer too much, you're actually going to be slowing the car down. So kailangan tama lang yung steering and the right amount of torque actually helps you on that one.
Oh, okay. Do you lift already? Not yet. Are you in that stage already? Not
I'm
yet.
working on it because on November I will also be doing a endurance race. Hopefully things go well, but I'll be racing on the Bonifacio Endurance on November 26.
So you're behind the wheel already.
Yes.
You're doing behind the wheels already.
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Cool.
Ako din before for 2 years I think. No, 2 years. Was it 2 years? Can't remember. Basta there was this phase na addict ako sa
What do you-
racing.
What do you prefer? Being on the behind the wheel or behind the computer?
right now I prefer to be behind the wheel because that is where I really want to like progress through.
Oh, okay.
Every sim racer's dream is to
Be behind
make
the
it
wheel.
into the real thing.
Nice, nice,
Mhm.
nice. I see.
Because in sim racing is where they develop the fundamentals.
It's like Gran Turismo. Have you watched that show?
Yes,
Do you
the
like it?
Gran Turismo movie, absolutely.
They were
Great
inspired.
movie, great movie. And it actually not just inspires a lot of people, a lot of gamers, but it is one way or another part a story of myself.
You know, I watched that show. I watched that show, Gran Turismo.
Mm.
It was part of the Nissan
Mm,
launch. So they invited all dealers and customers, VIP customers there. And for that day, I was really sleepy. But since the show was so nice, I stayed up.
Di ka nakatulog.
No. I was really up. I was trying to stay up because it was so nice, but my eyes were just shutting. So I fell asleep for like 10 minutes. And Val was like, my fiance was like, what the hell? You're asleep? I go, what? No. I said, oh my gosh, I can't. I'm so sleepy. I'm so sorry. That's happening. It's so nice. Why are you sleeping? Habi ko. That's when I found out it was really nice, not just for me,
But for,
but for everyone. Because
pati si
even
Val,
though, who doesn't like, who's not a fan of racing and a fan of cars, dun ko nalaman, maganda pala to. I have to rewatch it. Since the pandemic,
Wala pa yata sa
my
Netflix
attention
eh.
span has shortened. I've been falling asleep through a lot of movies recently, even if it's nice. Mabilis na ako antokin for some
No,
reason.
it can be naman. Baka kasi you're working so much na watching
Basta, I
movies, you think na yun na lang yung rest time mo.
Maybe. Pero yeah, that's how I found out it was such a freaking nice movie.
It's a nice movie. Ang ganda ng storyline. Although medyo may mga hindi, well, I mean basing it from the story, mga reviews, may mga hindi daw actual to real life talaga, pero
Yeah.
like close to it.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
because they have to like put a little bit of
Twist,
Hollywood touch to it.
Yeah.
Because if they really stick with the real, what really happened, it would be boring for the
Boring,
average
correct.
cinema goer. So
Mm.
they had to like add a little bit of twists, particularly that one moment. I don't want to spoil too much, but there was one moment in the movie where Gran Turismo became Need for Speed for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Not intention, not literally branding ng Need for Speed, pero what happened was like that.
There was a scene that, di ba yung lumipad? Tapos na-aksidente siya. Na-trauma ka ba natakot ka ba?
No, not at all.
Not at all?
Because the thing with racing in real life these days is safety innovation, safety equipment has been improved a lot
Correct.
compared to say back in the 80s and 90s. Madaming namamatay
Correct,
with the
correct.
races because
Tsaka
of
may
the
mga tao pa sa
equipment that
kalye
they
din
have.
eh.
Yeah.
Oo.
Nakita ko yun. Ford vs. Ferrari.
Yeah,
Did you guys watch
exactly.
that?
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
such
I
a nice
watched
show
that
too.
movie as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Pero the thing with racing today is a lot of safety innovations have been made considering the number of incidents that have happened in the past.
Correct.
Like back in the 90s kasi, the most common cause why many racers died is because of yung whiplash
Oh, yeah.
on the head, like
Kaya
an
nagkaroon ng
impact.
hands.
Yeah.
The hands
Yeah,
device. The
hands
hands device
device,
is
yeah.
one of the biggest, one of the most important safety innovations in the world of racing today. Another reason why na-implement siya is because of Dale Earnhardt. Kasi si Dale Earnhardt, he never wore that device kasi medyo old school yung approach niya. Pero during the 2001 Daytona 500, what seemed to be a parang mild crash lang turned out to be very fatal. Kasi yun nga yung head, yung whiplash, yun yung ikinamamatay mga racers back in the day.
Okay.
And because of the hands device, because of Dale Earnhardt's death, naging mandatory yung hands device to all drivers
All
in the
racing,
NASCAR,
diba?
all NASCAR series, lahat naging mandatory. Eventually, yung mga high-level races, require the hands device. Even dito locally, yung mga high-level races like si Radical,
Yep.
the Formula V1, and yung mga upper class of the Philippine GT, they require you to have a hands device.
Mhm.
If you're on a lower class like yung Autocross or yung Vios Cup, they don't really,
usually
not yet, because the cars are relatively
Hindi ganun
slow
ka-
pa. Pero when you get into the around 150 horsepower class and above, anything fast, anything that can go 200 kilometers an hour on the main straight of Clark, you need a hands device na.
Oh, okay, okay.
Pero a lot of safety innovation talaga in racing. Not just the hands device, but the walls. Like in F1, we have the Tech Pro barrier. Back then, yung mga F1 races
gulong
kasi
lang yun.
puro concrete lang or steel.
Yung gulong din. Yung mga gulong.
Yup.
Yun yung dati.
Gulong dati, pero sometimes yung mga gulong, pag natamaan, they
Tumatalon
tumatalsik, and then you end up hitting the hard concrete. Pero we have Tech Pro barrier in F1, the safer barrier in NASCAR, a lot of like anything that can reduce the energy nung impact when you crash in a race. Ang daming nag-improve in safety, and ngayon nagiging rare na yung nagiging rare na yung mga motorsport related
fatals.
deaths lately.
Have you seen yung I think it was a rally race na nalaglag siya sa bundok. Tapos ikot yung kotse. Pagdating doon sa baba, the drivers and the passenger was fine. Pero yung kotse, durog talaga. Pero yung, may cage kasi yun di ba? May roll cage yung race cars. Yun hindi na dali, hindi na sira. Isipin mo yun on a normal car, you'll die.
Yeah.
Patay ka kagad.
That's what gives him the confidence. Pero for now, lagi ka lang nasa behind the virtual, no?
Mostly because
And it has taken you to many places.
Yes.
Which countries have you been to because of that?
Singapore, Malaysia this year, and this November, Spain.
Wow.
Because of sim racing.
Whoa. How's the, if you don't mind me asking, how's the pay?
The pay?
Yeah, the pay.
Well, I
He's
would
technically
say
part of the Philippine team. I just want to know how much, if the pay is good, if the government really supports the sport as well.
well, the pay is coming from my team kasi, like
Okay.
sa LOR, which is Singapore based. Pero what they consider an allowance is as good enough as a salary for us here. But I cannot disclose exact value because of contracts. Pero yeah, basically, allowance nila, sweldo na sa atin.
That's good.
Sa'yo nun, you're doing what
Sarap.
you like, tapos so may technically parang sweldo.
Allowance lang. Wala pa yung sweldo.
No, they consider it as allowance.
allowance lang, pero
Allowance na
sweldo
sa
na sa
kanila
atin.
because of their like cost of living.
Okay. What is the best award you've won so far? What's the highlight?
Well, that would be none other than this year's GRGT Cup Asia Finals. First runner-up, basically second place in the Asia Regional Finals held in Malaysia last September 24.
Okay.
Wow.
So are we considered a national sport? Is this considered a national sport in the Philippines?
Not yet,
Not yet
actually.
recognized.
Not yet.
So we don't participate in Asian games yet, or will it be an Asian game? Will it be part of the Asian games soon?
Well, it was part of the Asian Games hosted by Vietnam last year, 2022. But the sim racers never got to fly to Vietnam. It's still all online based because we were still like in the middle of some lockdowns and the ECQs and all that. So
Pero at least na like
it
considered
was
na
in the
siya.
Asian Games. I just forgot what exact Asian Games was it's called. Kasi madaming like Asian Games But the one hosted by Vietnam last year, there was a segment of sim racing on it. And not just that, this year we had the Olympic virtual series using Gran Turismo. And sadly, hindi ako nakaabot because the qualifying was very close, pero it didn't quite.
Will it be an Olympic sport soon? Will it be
Yes.
part of the
Yes.
2024 Olympics?
Yes, I believe 2024 one of the
Talaga?
sports will be
Will you be
motorsports.
competing?
Of course, if given the opportunity. If given the opportunity, kasi we don't know the mechanics yet. But if an opportunity arises, I'll definitely go for it and do my best.
Are you the best right now in the country?
One off.
You're a one-off.
One-off.
You have to be the best.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
the mindset. Just
You
go
gotta
for the
do
best.
it.
Yeah.
Yes. Damn. Oh, so what is the ultimate?
Napaisip tuloy ako. Napaisip ako mag-set up ng sim sa bahay. Wala lang,
Yeah,
never mind.
we can help with that.
What is the ultimate goal for this sport? What is your ultimate goal for this sport? And is there a certain dream you want to, league you want to join?
Right now, yun nga, I've fulfilled my dream. Oh well, we still have to like process yung visa. Pero hopefully, if all goes well, I would have fulfilled my dream of making it into the Gran Turismo World Tour Finals because this is pretty much the pinnacle
It's like
of
the F1.
the
Yeah.
pinnacle of Gran Turismo esports
Okay.
in general. Like this is the best of the best Gran Turismo players gathering in a
So bale ito na yung NBA,
yes.
NFL,
Mhm.
or
NBA of
PGA.
Gran Turismo.
Yeah, NBA of Gran Turismo.
So-
So, yan naman.
Yeah, so moving forward, definitely, I would like to do the real racing series locally, like the Philippine GT. Pero then again, it's going to be a huddle kasi medyo racing is a business, so definitely needs a lot of sponsors. I need a lot of resources just to get into the
Yes.
races. Pero if I could fulfill that, then yeah, that is one of my ultimate goals, to be able to like score a championship in the real racing series, yung Sparko Cup, Philippine GT, whatever I could join.
You're working for a Singapore company.
Yes.
Are you Philippine team or Singapore team?
Singapore
con-
team. Singapore
So
team.
you're part of the Singapore team.
Singapore.
Because wala pa dito sa Philippines.
Wala pa
That's
tayo.
sad. Come on, guys. Someone set it up. Someone set up a Philippine team. Because he's representing,
Magastos eh.
I know. Pero
Yun lang yung problema.
marami naman mayaman dyan eh.
Yeah, I'm sure madami.
Ramon
yan.
Ang. Shut
Baka
up ka
gusto mo.
naman. Baka pwede ka gumawa. For our locals. Sayang opportunity.
Tapos i-close off yung
Wa-
section ng ano.
Huwag na tayo puro basketball. Hindi tayo mananalo. Well, we just won the Asian.
Asian Games, malay mo, di ba?
Hanggang doon lang. no offense to you guys.
Well, I don't know if Seaball will have plans for sim racing. Pero now that I would be carrying the Philippine flag in Spain on the pinnacle of Gran Turismo esports, I think they would see.
Where can we watch that? Can we watch
Uh,
it on TV? Live
yes,
stream?
you can watch it on YouTube.
Okay.
Oh,
okay.
YouTube.
Nice,
May
nice,
live
nice.
stream naman siya courtesy of Gran Turismo TV on YouTube.
We'll put it on the link
Nice.
once it comes out. Once
When,
he's
ano,
there. We gotta support
when is
him.
it again?
December 1, 2, and 3. But
1, 2,
for
and
us, Toyota GT Cup drivers, I believe we
Are-
will be doing it on December 1.
Are you
Ah,
allowed to
December
take
1.
endorsements already? Are endorsements coming in?
Sure thing. Like, yeah.
Or should it go through your company?
Yeah, the endorsements, I have to like inform my boss muna
Oh,
on the
okay.
company. Pero as long as it doesn't conflict with our current partners, it should be fine.
Okay. So marami nang nag-endorse sa'yo, wala pa? Or
Wala pa,
picking up?
pero they're getting there. Like last weekend, I was reached out by a gaming peripheral company.
Uh-huh.
Oh, nice.
I cannot disclose it at the moment.
With our
kasi-
few viewers watching, or hundreds of viewers, sana sa inyo,
Yeah.
would like to.
Yeah.
Would like to sponsor.
Yes.
Baka naman isa sa inyo may team na dyan
Yeah,
or something.
but I think it's a good start because of
Yeah.
what their recent
How-
racing results.
How long do you plan to keep doing this?
Give or take, I'd say as a professional, maybe 3 to 5 more years.
3 to 5 more years.
Mhm.
That's kind of short.
Usually,
You
yung
sure?
iba, like, until 50, 60,
I
sige lang.
no, I have yet to see a sim racer na professional.
No, but
on his
your goal is
50s.
to get to behind the wheel, right?
I mean, for the sim racing part, siguro 3 to 5 more years. Pero the real life racing, yeah, it can go as up to as
Hanggang
old as I can
kaya.
get.
Pero kung, kunyari, given the chance, with all of the cars that are available right now, sabihin natin may certain budget ka. Ano ang...
That's my actually next question.
Ano
What's the
ang...
first car you plan to
Yeah, what's the first... Or no, not the first car. What's the car na pipiliin mo as your race car and why?
Well, first of all, I don't want to break Nissan and Nissan Quezon Avenue's
No
heart.
worries.
No.
But
Any,
realistically,
anything, yeah.
if I were given a budget to get my own race car, that would be the Toyota 86 or the GR86. Why? Because this car is good on both the track and on the road. It's practical as an everyday car, but at the same time, it can perform very well on the track. Very balanced handling. Sakto lang yung feel niya. Even in the sim, like how the car performs in the sim, how the car drives in the sim is, as we know it, as close na siya on how the car drives in real life. And with all the yung mga sports model ni Toyota, the 86 is the one that really speaks to me the most because it's sakto lang, it's practical, but at the same time, it's a driver's car. It trains you, it develops you, but at the same time, it's reliable, it's simple, yet, it's a pocket
Given
rocket.
a chance, someone comes here and says, I have a gift for you. Pick one, 86 or the 400Z.
Parang ang hirap naman nun. Ang hirap nun.
Well,
Yeah.
if it's a gift, I would
Yeah.
go for the 400Z.
Thank you. That's all I needed for those people to hear.
Whichever is the most.
I took a risk right there because if he says 86, then that would be that would be sad. But you heard it first from the professional racer. He will take the 400Z anytime.
the more powerful car.
More
wins.
powerful car. He's
And-
just saying for practicality.
Well, the Z is more, it's a bigger car, so it's more practical.
Well,
No, I think they're the same. Lang.
Interior size?
Same wheelbase, similar wheelbase. Iba lang yung aerodynamic profile of the Z because.
enough with your stupid questions. I'm just kidding. We're good. We got the answer we wanted.
Yeah. Pero
So-
basically the Z, more power, more fun.
See that? So guys, so what is next for you, Mr. Luis?
Next
What's
for me,
next for you? What are you looking forward to?
I'm looking forward this year the World Finals and yung Bonifacio Endurance Race. But next year, if all goes well, if all the test drives and all the training goes well, I'm looking forward to maybe have a racing season on a Formula V1 race car. That small body race car na iniikot sa Clark in some of the races. Single seater prototype race car.
So parang siyang Formula Ford. Parang ganun.
It's not open wheel kasi closed nasa loob ng body yung wheels. Pero it's a lightweight car, weighs around 500-600 kilograms, powered by the same engine that runs your Toyota Yaris.
Oh, nice. Sana all.
Yes.
It can lap Clark at around a minute and 58, minute 57.
How fast is the Radical sa ano? I can't remember how fast the Radical is.
It depends on the Radical that you're driving. If we're talking about the SR1, it can reach around 210 at Clark and a lap time of 157. Sorry, yeah. The other race car that I'm talking about, yung V1, I think low 2 minutes. The Radical can do a 157. SR1 pa lang yun. What more the SR3? The SR3 can do around 220, 215 at Clark, depending on the conditions, of course. Lap time of 153. Pero yeah, really, really lots of downforce on those cars. I got to drive one myself, yung Radical SR1. I did a 2-minute 4.6.
Wow, bilis
Not bad daw
Damn.
for a driver that has only done like 5 laps lang. 5 laps lang on that
We'll be
car.
having our Auto Hub track day. If he's free, he's invited to come
Oh,
teach
yes.
us.
Kailan
Let's
ba? Kailan ba yan?
21.
On my birthday.
October?
On your birthday?
That's,
October 21?
Yes.
Advance happy birthday.
thank you, thank you.
Advance
For all the Lotus buyers, the Mini, Mustang, all of you guys who bought your cars from Auto Hub will be invited there.
Yay.
Yes.
You can try your cars there.
And
Yeah,
yeah,
Emir.
you're welcome to join
Alright.
us. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there though.
Why? Saan ka?
We have a podcast that day.
What?
I have a scheduled guest. But we'll see. We can go there in the morning. We can get here by 4. We could continue this. Don't worry.
We shoot there.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We shoot there.
That's a good idea. We can shoot there. We'll bring these all. Yeah.
Wala lang tayo sopa, so okay lang yung
No.
monoblock lang muna tayo. It's fine.
We'll see. I'll
We'll
think
find a
about
way.
it. We'll-
Pero
Well, if
that'll be
our
nice.
guest, I'll invite our guest to go there, if he's willing to go there.
Or we can just pick it up.
Yeah.
Pick him up.
Also, a couple more announcements before we let you go. We, the Auto Hub Group, will be having our 25th anniversary next year. Therefore, all our branches will have exclusive, beautiful deals for you guys. We'll be also launching a new brand in the EVAP. When is EVAP again? There's an electric vehicle summit
Not sure.
in the month of October, this month.
This year?
This month, watch out for our new brand. You know what? You're going to hear it first right now. The brand is, you know it already, actually.
Yeah, I know it. Yeah. I know.
It's Segway. Segways.
Yeah.
That's our new brand. That's one of the things we're launching. And what we're launching in EVAP is the Lotus.
Electric.
Oh, yes. Have you seen
I
that?
love that car.
It's a very beautiful car.
You know what? I like what Lotus is like selling now. It started with the Evija, the Emira, now the Electra, and there's one more.
You should also try the Emira because the Emira is one of a kind.
Yes.
It's a beautiful car.
It's a nice car. I like the green.
What did you say it was better than?
What-
What were you comparing it to a while ago?
No, I mean, I was talking to Wayne a while ago na when the R8, the Audi R8 launched, way back, like 10 years back or something like that. In the Philippines, it only costed around 10.8.
Yeah, this one costs 10.8.
Yeah, yung with the excise tax, now the Audi R8 costs like 18 or 24M base. Medyo similar. Siyempre yung mga tao, alam mo naman, gusto yung itsura. So what mid-engine car na parang shape ng R8 or shape ng Huracan or shape ng Ferrari 458 or something like that na mababa lang. That's the Emira. Kasi
Check out the Emira here
Yes.
at the Auto Hub. The mini BGC showroom. Soon to be Lotus showroom
Yes.
beside it.
Oo. Kasi ang kalaban niya is yung pinaka-closest niya na kalaban is yung Corvette. Pero on the gray market, that's 13M.
You can't compare Corvette to a Lotus.
I know, that's
Emira.
why I'm saying. Yung price ng Emira versus a Corvette
Yeah.
is so layo na mas mura. And it's nice.
I can't wait for him to try it.
And,
Let's go.
And I
and
want-
thank God I fit.
Oh, yeah.
I fit,
Guys, we fit in the Emira.
Emira.
It's
He
a very
fits in a
beautiful
Lotus Elise for some
That
fucking
was-
reason.
that's,
I can't even fucking
that's-
I
fit.
saw that
That's a big
video.
challenge.
I
That's a
can't
very
fit.
big challenge. But this time it's not challenging. It's even bigger than
Yeah,
the-
it's bigger than the Evora.
It's way more
Yeah.
comfortable as well.
Nice
And the tech
interior.
is nice
Yeah.
and very fast. I promise you guys will love it. Give it a try. See you
Yes.
guys soon. And of course,
Where
to
can we
wrap it
follow
up,
you?
Where can we follow you? There we go.
Yes, you can follow me on Luis Moreno Sim Racing, that Luis Moreno _Sim Racing in Instagram,
Okay.
and Luis Moreno Sim Racing without an underscore on Facebook.
Facebook. YouTube, wala?
YouTube wala.
Ah, okay.
Not yet.
So yeah, follow him.
And
Follow him on Instagram and Facebook.
follow Ron too.
Yeah, so that's Ron Jerry Chan at Instagram. On Instagram.
Yeah,
And
me,
you?
Wayne Titan, YouTube and Instagram. Thank you everyone for watching this episode.
And don't forget to follow Dashboard
Like
Confessions.
and subscribe.
Yes, on Facebook, Instagram,
Thank you for viewing, watching, and listening.
YouTube. Bye guys.
Bye.